Hello, my friend, and greetings from the Robinson Dresser Sports Complex. We are at the baseball diamond, and Cedar Falls Community Television is excited once again to provide you with high school athletics. It's baseball action as the Cedar Falls Tigers take on another crosstown rival, as they'll be hosting the Trojans of Waterloo East. Mark Simpson with you, along with the coach, John Yoakum, as we're looking forward to this early season matchup. Good start for the Tigers, 2-0. Waterloo East still looking for their first victory. And this has been a series that Cedar Falls really has dominated. Going back, we're looking at the records to at least the 2008-2009 season. Cedar Falls has won 23 consecutive games against the Trojans.
That's impressive. They're looking to keep it rolling tonight.
Well, Cedar Falls will have Max Steinlage. And guy can throw in the low 80s. When he has his curveball on, he can be really tough to solve if you're an opposing batter.
Yeah, and he was one of their top 3 pitchers last year in innings and starts and all those things. So this will be his first start of the season tonight. Looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight.
All right. Psychologically, the Tigers can go 3-0. That'd be a great mental hurdle for Cedar Falls in this shortened 2020 season.
Just going to say that with a shortened season, get off to a good start and go from there.
So Waterloo East will have Caleb Spooner, Justin Thomas, Jackson Cooper leading things off here in the top of the first. First pitch misses outside for a ball. Both teams coached by a first-year coach, as Brett Williams is the first-year coach for Cedar Falls, and Eric Jesse is the new coach at Waterloo East as Steinlage. It's the strike zone, and the count goes 1-1. This is the first game of a doubleheader. We'll be covering just the first contest of this twin bill. Good look at the called strike. Spooner yet swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's always good to work ahead here. Now you can throw a multitude of pitches here.
And strike 3. As Spooner goes down looking, and a good start for Max Steinlage.
When you're long lefty, the ball seems like it jumps on you faster as a batter. Sometimes it's hard to adjust to, especially that first time around the lineup.
Here's Justin Thomas looking for his first hit of the year. He's the pitcher tonight for the Trojans. Cedar Falls, a narrow 8-7 extra inning win against Waterloo West in a game we did here on Cedar Falls Community Television, and then responded with a nice road win down at Cedar Rapids Jefferson, 11-5, where they used 3 home runs to power them to the victory. 3-0 goes the count here to Thomas. Waterloo East losing at home 8-2 to Linmar, and then were shut out in their second game 5-0. Looking to get their offense untracked here, and drawing the walk is Thomas. So there have been now 8 pitches in the game, and a Waterloo East player has yet to swing.
That's right, yeah.
A little bit unusual.
It is.
Here's Jackson Cooper. He's going to make the Mississippi Valley Conference all-beard team. That is some impressive facial hair.
I was saying off air, it reminded me of Mike Napoli back in the day for
Look at that.
Red Sox and the Rangers. That's impressive.
If I started today, it'd be about 2-3 years where I get something growing like that.
It's a good pitch there. Good start.
Called strike. Jackson Cooper hitting .333 on the season. Cooper is senior for the Trojans. Both teams relatively young. In fact, East might have a little bit more experience, as they bring back 5 seniors on this team. Xander Baller is on deck with the runner at first base. And there's a ball, 1 hit, right back to Steinlage. He throws it and it goes off the glove of Rasty, the shortstop. That'll be an error charge to Cedar Falls.
That was a great stop by Steinlage. He just threw it a little bit on the outside of Rasty there.
Watch it again. Great reflexes. Now, they were hoping to get 2, and he may have rushed the throw here a little bit outside. And yep, you see Rasty reaching back See Steinlage.
He's trying to hit a moving target there, and sometimes those shorter throws are harder for pitchers.
So an error on Cedar Falls, and the Trojans have something cooking here, trying to snap a long losing streak. Cedar Falls has runners at first and second, only one out. Here's one of the better names in the conference, Xander Baller. And Steinlage thought he had it, missed it just outside, 2-0.
Baller also has 2 of their 10 hits on the season as well. It's the guy that went up to bat.
Batting cleanup for Coach Eric Jesse's team. Now it's 3-0. So Steinlage struck out Spooner to begin the game. Now a walk and an error. And runners at first and second. And Baller there's a 3-0 count. Mitch Sage is on deck. And second walk given up. So now the bases are full of Trojans, and here comes Mitch Sage up to the plate. Cedar Falls defensively. Got Gage Flancha, very good defensive catcher for the Tigers. Drew Hoth at first, Isaac Bauer playing second, Caleb Rasty is the shortstop, Jaden Kramer at third. Set the outfield right after this pitch.
There you go, good start. Try to work ahead here.
It's obviously the game plan for Waterloo East is let the pitcher find the strike zone.
Be selective.
Yeah. Colby Kunratz in left, Zach Neeson center, Connor Woods in right. It's the outfield for the Tigers. There's a hit to the second baseman, to second for one, to first, double play. 4-6-3 double play. Oh, but now they're calling interference on the catcher, Flancha, and the run will count. And there's...
So he's going to be safe at first, and the run will count at home.
So now there's 2 outs and runners at...
Do you think the bat hit him on the follow-through, or we'll see right here?
Watch that
maybe
again here. Now watch Gage Flancha.
I think the umpire said he touched it with his glove. I think he reached out for the ball, and I think the bat hit the glove. That would be my guess.
So Thomas will score from third on the interference call, and everybody's safe. So it's Sage getting aboard.
It's a great turn though by Bauer and Neese there. That was a really nice play there.
So they're all still just 1 out now, just 1 out.
No, they get the out at second.
Oh, they do? They get the out at second?
Maybe not. I guess
they got the runners. Bases are loaded still.
I guess you're right.
So apparently Flancha reached out. Is up to the plate is Damaris Henderson. So,
yep.
So wow, what a
That's
change of events. You thought the inning was over. You get out of the bases loaded jam. Instead, the base is still loaded.
Well, the other thing with, Steinlage, he found a way to get out of that inning, or could have been, with still being a little bit wild, kind of get that weight off your shoulders, get back in the dugout. Now you're right back in the middle of it.
And Damaris, youngster for the Trojans, just an 8th grader. Check swing, he didn't go. So I believe it's 2-1 the count right now here on Henderson. Steinlage, the lefty, works and throws a strike, and again, Waterloo East. They're saying Steinlage, you got to find that strike zone before we start swinging our bat.
3-1 count here.
Bases loaded, 1 run in. So despite not getting a hit, Waterloo East leads 1-0. That ball popped up in the infield. Now it carries out of play. Being called off as the
Great play
catcher
by Jaden Kramer there.
That's Kramer coming in at the last second, make the sliding catch.
He did a great job of calling him off too, because Flancha was starting to go for it there. Kramer made that run. It's always easier to run in on it there. Great catch.
So 2 outs, and Aiden Ernst up to the plate. So 2 walks, an error, and an interference, and it's a 1-0 lead for Waterloo East. Ernst at the plate, looking for his first hit of the season after 2 games. Just kind of skipped to get out of the way of that one.
It's a pitcher, though, you feel comfortable with Flancher back there. You know, watching the first game, and you know, he's been playing varsity for a while. He's very solid back there behind the plate.
One 0 count, swing and a miss. Again, Max Steinlage throws in the low 80s.
His best pitches have been kind of those high fastballs.
Coach Williams says he's one of those low effort guys. Looks so smooth out there. That tall, lanky frame. His count now goes 1-2. Cooper at third, Baller at second, Sage at first for Waterloo East.
Good pitch.
And strikeout. So
is that 5 outs that inning?
Yeah. Second strikeout for Steinlage. He gets out of the inning. 1 run, again, no hits. And a couple errors committed by Cedar Falls, and 3 left aboard. There you see Eric Jesse talking to his team. Eric, the black sunglasses on there, he's from the Union LaPorte City school system. Coached junior high there and then lower levels. Now in his first year as a head coach for the Trojans. And for Cedar Falls, and let's take a look at their batting order for the Tigers. And leading things off will be Isaac Bauer, followed by Gabe Flancha. Max Steinlage batting .800 on the year.
Pretty good.
Drew Hoth, Zach Neese, Brody Bartlett is the DH. He's hitting for third baseman Jaden Kramer. And it's Connor Woods, Caleb Rasty, and Colby Coonrad. So the Waterloo East Trojans are hoping they can get a good effort from Justin Thomas. He's the freshman pitcher. And Coach Jesse kind of smiled when he talked about him. He said he's a competitor. He knows the kid's going to battle out there. And he's counting on him to have a good effort trying to slow down this undefeated Cedar Falls team. Some dark clouds, but there's no call for rain in the forecast.
You talked about East potentially being a little bit more experienced, but pitching a freshman and third baseman at 8, so they've got some key positions where they're young.
Bauer coming up to the plate, hitting .286, has driven in a couple runs, playing second base with the Tigers. So Bauer, Flancha, Steinlage. First game of this doubleheader between Cedar Falls and Waterloo East. And Thomas misses up high. How fast do you want your pitchers working?
I like to work as quick as you can.
That ball's hit well. Center fielder Lucas backpedaling, Wynn carrying it, and makes the jogging catch, and there's one down.
That's great contact there, just kind of at a guy.
Now Gage Flancha hitting .500, 1 home run, 4 runs batted in. You see the nice running catch by Ian Lucas. Lucas is in center, Aiden Ernst is in left, Brock Hewitt is in right field for the Trojans. Their infield, Damaris Henderson is at third, Xander Baller is the shortstop, Caleb Spooner at second, Jackson Cooper at first, Mitch Sage is the catcher. And you have the youngster, Justin Thomas. Count goes 1-1 after the foul ball hit by Flancha. Spacious ballpark here at Baseball Diamond here at the Robinson Dresser Sports Complex. Softball diamond just adjacent to it. Count goes 2-1. Good shot. What do you now? Would that be a Donruss Fleer Topps card? What would you guess?
Yeah, something like that. Rookie card.
Save it. Swing and a miss.
Get that in a frame.
Flancha.
He's not going to get shorted. He's going to get his cuts up there.
He's got that Karate Kid sweat band there.
Great pitch.
Nice.
Curveball. I was going to say, watching him warm up, he was kind of alternating some of those pitches, and that curveball looked really nice.
So 2 batters face Thomas. 2 outs. Here's Steinlage. Sophomore pitcher. Again, crushing the ball right now. Hitting 800.
He's a freshman.
Steinlage is.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the pitcher.
Yeah, Steinlage, 800. 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. Left-handed batter. 1-0 the count. Drew Hoth is on deck. If Steinlage can continue this inning for the Cedar Falls Tigers, off to a 2-0 start. Trying to go 2-0 at home after opening up the season with a 8-inning win against Waterloo West.
Fastball had some action on it there at the end, tailed a little bit. It's nice action.
Some of the great graphics we have from our Cedar Falls Community Television crew. 3-0 the count now to Steinlage. And ball 4. So 4-pitch at bat, and Steinlage's at first base. And we're going to have a courtesy runner coming into the ball game for Steinlage. And that'll be Easton Skirl. Skirl's a senior. Skirl running here in the first, as here's big Drew Hoth. Hoth hitting 200 on the year. And season opener against Waterloo West, he drew 4 walks. Oh, good move, and they almost got Skirl.
As I say, his on-base percentage is good, 556 with all the walks.
Watch this. This was close. I thought they got him. Got his hand on the bag. That was a good move by the freshman Thomas. Comes inside on Hoth. 1 ball and no strikes. So it's a very, very long season for Waterloo East last year. It's a quick move, and again, Skirl gets back. Waterloo East 1-39. Oof, that was a. So they got the new head coach and hoping for a new attitude. They played well their last game, losing 5-0. Just trying to get the bats going. There's a called strike. 2-1 the count. 2 outs. Runner at first. Skirl running for Steinlage.
Or if they're anticipating a steal there, or they've been pretty aggressive holding him to first.
Yeah, they. I don't know if they know something about. Skirl is yet to steal a base this season. It's Hoth.
Big cut.
Now a little bit new in this COVID-19 pandemic world we live in. You see a lot of vehicles parked in the outfield bleachers here, checking out the game here. There goes Skirl. A throw down by the catcher. It's a good one, and the tag is applied. Sage with the good throw. Skirl did not get the best of jumps, and
that's why you throw over to first quite a bit to throw him off a little bit there.
And watch this. It was a one-hopper, but beautifully thrown. And they'll tag out the runners. So Tigers, no runs, no hits, and nobody left aboard. We played 1 inning, 1-0 Waterloo East. Our broadcast is brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street, Cedar Falls, or find us online at withamauto.com. John and I will be back right after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham way. And that means offering you the convenience you need when shopping our 3 locations in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City. These locations mean always having the inventory you want when you want it. That's the Witham way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
There we go to the top of the second. Trojans did not get a hit, but lead 1-0. Took advantage of 2 errors and 2 walks. There's what's happened for the Trojans so far after the first 2 games of the year. The loss at home to Linn-Mar and then losing on the road to Cedar Rapids Kennedy. So look at that schedule.
That's a blitz right there.
Doubleheader, doubleheader. And the Tigers defensively. Flancha, very, very good defensive catcher. Tigers are strong up the middle. And called strike. First pitch to Dakota Albright. He is the DH. He's batting for right fielder Brock Hewitt. Check swing, and Albright holds. Two and 1 to count. It'll be Albright, Lucas, Spooner batting for Waterloo East. Up high. That's a 3-1 count. Albright hitting .333 on the season.
This is one where you just got to pick your pitch. If it's not exactly what you want, you let it go. Good pitch.
Got the corner. So it's a full count here to Albright. Steinlage whistles badly on the payoff pitch. So another walk given up. That's his 3rd walk already in this game. So Ian Lucas batting 9th in the batting order, the center fielder. He has yet to get a hit so far this season. How many at-bats, though, for Lucas?
6. 2 for 6, or 0 for 6.
Ball. And the first pitch is a ball. Brett Williams, first-year head coach for Cedar Falls. Are you nervous at this point, or just? I'm sure he has a lot of confidence in Steinlage. They're counting on to be one of the aces this year.
You know, Brett's been in the program for a long time too, and you know, he knows Max pretty well, and you got to kind of let him work through it. You know, especially when you have all these games backed up, back to back. You got to let your pitchers work a little bit. Max will settle in here.
1-1.
And I think this is also where you want to tell your pitcher, let your defense help you. You know, don't throw a perfect pitch. Just throw some strikes and let the defense help you.
Lucas checking the runner, and the lefty steps off the rubber, and getting back is Albright. One ball, 2 strikes.
Just inside. Flanch, you like that pitch?
Tell you what, Trojans, I like those uniforms. It's a nice looking jersey. 2-2 the count.
There it is.
There's the heat.
Well, you remember the first time through, you know, the lineup, they weren't swinging a ton. Max gets a couple more of those over the plate, then he can expand the strike zone a little bit.
So 1 out and 1 on, and here comes Caleb Spooner up to the plate. Spooner struck out looking. His first time up, leading off the ball game. Spooner, just a sophomore.
Lucas on first is, or he just get out there.
Is he? And the throw. Getting back. That is Dakota Albright running at
You're
first.
right. You're right. I was trying to see if he had been caught stealing or had any stolen bases yet, but he's not on the base running yet for stats.
So 1-0 count here to
Good pitch.
Spooner. 1-1. Justin Thomas, the freshman, is on deck. Called strike.
Curveball there. It's like Max is starting to get a little more comfortable up there on the mound.
So he's ahead of the batter, 1-2, and gets him flare outside.
That's exactly what happens when you throw some strikes early, especially with the curve and the fastball. You can extend the strike zone a little bit.
So Spooner's now 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. And now here comes Thomas. Thomas walked and scored the only run of the ball game. Waterloo East scratching a run across in the first. Couple walks, couple errors by Cedar Falls. It looked like Cedar Falls got out of the inning with the bases loaded. It looked like getting into a double play was a Mitch Sage, a 4-6-3 double play, but instead they ruled interference on Flancher reaching out, apparently hitting the bat. Didn't see any Cedar Falls dugout coming out to argue the call, so
Nope.
appeared to be the right call by the officials, at least by their reaction by how Cedar Falls handled it.
I did see Coach Williams talk to Flancha in between innings. I wasn't sure if he was clarifying what exactly happened or how to fix that for the next time.
So 2-1 offering to 3-1. So again, Waterloo East have kept the bat on their shoulder so far. As John said, selective in their swing so far. Albright, who drew the walk, he's at first base. And we're going to get a new baseball. You wonder about some of the COVID-19 protocols. You know, did he maybe lick his finger and actually touch the ball and they get rid of it, or
Maybe he just wanted a different one. It could be that too.
So now 3-1 to the freshman Thomas. Swings, comes up.
Must be the new ball.
Empty, yeah. Full count now.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go back to the old days where the umpire just put it in the magic pocket and he just kept pulling out baseballs. Could be scuffed up, just throw it in there and get it later.
That ball foul right behind, right above us. Count stays 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You got to be aggressive here with Cooper on deck, batting .400 on the season. This is the guy you got to come get.
Full count, and the runner at first, he'll be running. That ball popped up out of play again over the backstop. Flancha still looking for it before someone tells him that it's out of play. Again, when talking with Eric Jesse, the new coach for Waterloo East, about Justin Thomas's pitcher, he said on the mound, he's just a bulldog. He competes hard. Sure he has that mentality at the plate as well. He golfs that one pretty well to left center. The ball, though, hangs in the air, and Zach Neese drifting over makes the catch to record the out. So Thomas flies out to center field. That'll end the top of the second inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. So move now to the bottom of the second. Waterloo East on top here early, 1-0 at the Robinson Dresser Sports Complex. Big shout out with the Model Center helping us out with our broadcast. Cedar Falls, let's take a look at their schedule so far. An exciting season opening win in 8 innings over Waterloo West that we did on Cedar Falls Community Television. Then they traveled down to Jefferson, hit 3 home runs in that game. Zach Neese with a grand salami. And now
That adds up quickly.
yeah, look at that. Mississippi Valley Conference scheduled a lot of twin bills. And if you do not have a deep pitching staff this year, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Well, I think of like some of the smaller schools where typically they have maybe one pretty good pitcher and got to piece it together after that. You got to have 4, 5, 6 pitchers here to play this kind of schedule.
There's the batting order again for Cedar Falls.
It's a little different in baseball too. With softball, you could have, there's no innings limits for the female pitchers. And
Drew Hoth, he was hitting when Easton Skirl was thrown out trying to steal second base to end the first inning. Skirl was running for Max Steinlage. He drew a walk. So here's Hoth back to the plate.
that is one benefit of being caught stealing is let's Hoth reset. Gets a full new at bat here.
Hoth, Neese, Bartlett. At heart of the order for Cedar Falls. This benefit for Hoth.
Hopefully
Hoth
he
kinda knows what
hope he didn't park too close there, Mark.
Yeah, he knows what. A little bit about Thomas here, batting again to start off the inning.
Good pitch.
Called strike. 0-2 quickly.
Been impressed with his fastball. Always seems to tail.
0-2 and Thomas the heat. That ball's hit well. Now you see it. No, and it hits just below the bottom of the fence, and that'll be a stand-up double. I thought that was leaving the park.
It was well struck.
A rope for
We'll say it was into the wind.
Drew Hoth.
Oh, big swing.
And I thought that was leaving the park. Watch that drop. Oh, hit the bottom third of the fence. So it's a stand-up double. And here comes Zach Neese up to the plate, hitting .286. 1 home run and 5 runs batted in. Last year, Drew Hoth drove in 28 runs for Cedar Falls. He had 1 home run. That was a game winner that we did at Cedar Falls Community Television. No, excuse me, a grand slam he hit on Cedar Falls Community Television.
That's a nice play there by East. Almost got him.
That's the second time in this game Thomas has nearly picked off a runner. Neese
Going to stay a little closer to the bag this time.
Neese playing center field.
I don't think Thomas liked that call. He thought that was a strike.
1-0 the count here. Neese hitting 5th in the batting order for the Tigers. Shows the bunt. Bunt just to the left of the mound. Oh, and Thomas can't field it. Well, it looked like he had the beat on it. I don't know if it took a bad bounce or he just
right through the 5-hole.
he ran past it. He comes up. He just didn't get his glove on it.
Yep.
He was in position. That ball just went underneath his glove.
That's why you got to hustle like Neese did there. He didn't know that he was going to bobble it, but that puts pressure on the pitcher when you hustle down the line.
So the first error of the game for Waterloo East, and now Cedar Falls has runners at the corners. Here's Brody Bartlett, the DH junior for the Tigers, hitting 143. Bartlett batting for sophomore third baseman Jaden Kramer. So the Tigers looking to tie the game here, trailing 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Runner takes off. They throw to third. Hoth not surprised and gets back. So the Tigers get their first stolen base of the ball game. So Neese moves over to second. As the sun comes through the clouds here, brightening things up at the and the baseball diamond at the Robinson Dresser Sports Complex. Inside, but
So that was close.
called strike. Bartlett. Base hit. Could give the Tigers the lead here.
Nice
There, he hits that well into right field. Hoth hustles in from third and scores. Neese will stay third, and Brody Bartlett drives in his first run in this 2020 season.
It's a great hit. If you inside out at opposite field, great swing.
So it's one of those hits, so kind of hung for a moment. So Neese really couldn't get the good jump on it.
Yeah, it's easy to see from up here. It's going to drop in right away, but.
So now here comes Connor Woods. Woods yet to get a hit this year. He is playing right field tonight. So again, the Tigers have runners at first and third for now. Keep an eye on the runner at first.
Good pitch.
Help me out, John. Is that Bartlett at first?
Yes.
Okay.
He just got the hit.
No, but I didn't know if they had
Oh, no. I don't
brought
they,
in a pinch
nope,
runner for him.
Nope.
Okay.
With that kind of speed, you leave him out there, Mark.
Okay.
Oh. That's the pitch that he threw inside to Bartlett, too. It's really close.
So Cedar Falls getting a leadoff double by Hoth. That critical error by the pitcher, Thomas. Oh, and they caught the runner. And now taking off his Neese from third. The throw home. They got him. Bartlett will get the steal a second. Waterloo East will gladly give it up for the out at home plate. They caught the runner, well executed by the Trojans, and a good strike by the
Great
shortstop Baller.
Great throw from the shortstop. And that's the right play there. Once they get into a rundown and they throw it to second, send the runner. Just a great throw by the shortstop Baller.
So it goes 1-3-6, and Neese is out. So again, Thomas, who had twice in this game, nearly picked off a runner. Then he finally gets Bartlett caught in the rundown. Now, if you're Bartlett, do you maybe go at a slower pace to?
It makes you think about things for sure.
It's hard to react like that when you're caught, because Woods strikes out. Now there's quickly 2 outs.
It kind of changes the momentum of the inning there. You look like it might be a big number, and then he caught that rundown and throw him out at home, and they can get out of here with minimal damage.
Sometimes the mentality for the base runners go as slow as possible, and that kind of puts pressure on the infielder. What do? Do they go after the runner and try to tag him, and then you speed up, or
You want to try to get in a rundown there, but
try to waste as much time possible with the runner moving towards home? Here's Caleb Rasty.
Race just drive one here.
Oh, there's a bad throw as they're trying to pick off the runner, and Bartlett will go to third. He takes a turn at third, but will hold
It's kind
up
of
there.
a weird angle for Thomas there. He threw it that one kind of differently, off balance. It looked like sailed on him a little bit. Yeah, didn't really step into it.
It's the second error of the inning by Justin Thomas. So there's both teams now with a couple errors in the game.
Bartlett's had an exciting inning. The hit, the rundown, the overthrow. A little high there for Racy.
Ball one. Rasty batting 8th in the batting order. So the Tigers getting the RBI single by Brody Bartlett. Tied it up, 1 apiece here. Curveball. This is up high. 2-0. First game of this doubleheader between Cedar Falls and Waterloo East. Turning out to be a nice evening for baseball. Ball fouled back. Made it over the backstop. Those are the ones that scare me. We're told to be like the Secret Service and protect the equipment.
There you go. I thought you were going to say I had to protect you or something. Save Mark at all costs.
That was close. 3-1.
It's a great count for Rasty here. You can look for your pitch. If you don't like it, let it go. You get no chance.
Again, it looked like the Tigers were going to put together a pretty big inning, but throwing out the runner at third. Trying to score from third, turning the complexion of this game quickly.
Looks like some of those are close to being inside from our angle, but the batter standing so close to the plate, it's hard to tell.
I'm sorry, I had the miscount. Now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Rasty will draw the walk.
It's a tough one to lay off because that's right down the middle. It's just elevated. And Rasty's pretty tall.
And now the number 9 hitter, Colby Coonrat, senior left fielder, who's affectionately called, this is a term of endearment, Rat, by his teammates. He's hitting .429, has driven in 1 run this year. Runner takes off, they'll just throw to the pitcher, and staying at third base is Bartlett. So Rasty gets the 3rd stolen base of the game for Cedar Falls.
Plus Rasty got dirty there.
And they change jerseys between doubleheaders. They have to because Cedar Falls are getting
We got a lot of guys diving around out there.
diving back to bags and things here. Thomas keeping them honest on the base pass. 1-1 the count after that swing and a miss.
Big cut. That's okay. Get your cuts up there. Now you shorten it up a little bit, make contact.
Two outs and a 1-2 count here to Coonrat. 2-2 the count. Cedar Falls on the year 2-0. Waterloo East 0-2. Oh, chased one outside, and Thomas does a great job battling back. The freshman showing that competitiveness that his coach talked about. There's the base hit to put Cedar Falls tying the game at 1 apiece by Bartlett. Our broadcast is also brought to you by Signs by Tomorrow. More than a custom sign company, we're your advertising solutions resource. SignsByTomorrow.com. We'll be back with more after this on CFTV.
Underage drinking comes at a cost. What gets crushed when you drink?
There's our score as we move now to the top of the 3rd. Let's take a look at the standings right now. In the Valley Division in the Mississippi Valley Conference, see a total of 4 teams right now off to a good start. So unbeaten in the Valley Division. And there you see in the Mississippi Division, Cedar Falls and Cedar Rapids Xavier. The remaining unbeaten teams, Waterloo East, like Prairie Senior and Cedar Rapids Washington, still looking for their first win of the season. So Jackson Cooper up for the 2nd time. Got a board on an error by the pitcher. Steinlage, his first time up. Steinlage has struck out 4 through the first 2 innings. Even though his control hasn't been quite there so far. That ball is hit well by Cooper. Almost brought in by the center fielder Neese. Great effort off his glove. That's a base hit by Jackson Cooper.
He landed on the ground, kind of jarred it loose.
Sinking
He gets it in the
liner.
glove.
And
The fall.
the snow cone, and it came out.
Almost had it.
So that is your first hit of the game for the Trojans. Here's Xander Baller. Baller, senior shortstop, coming into the game, hitting .333. There's a called strike. Cooper at first base. Nothing in 2 on Baller. Mitch Sage is on the on-deck circle for Waterloo East. Head coach Eric Jesse is at third. And Jordan Martin is the first base coach for Waterloo East. Fouling off the pitch. Tonight in high school softball, Cedar Falls playing at Waterloo East in the doubleheader. Ball inside, that almost got him. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
They always say to wear those sometimes, but that hurts. You don't want to wear that.
Some heat, and the count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cooper at first base. I think that Beard's wind resistant out there.
Aerodynamic.
Now it's a full count here. So after getting ahead, nothing in 2, Baller's battled back. It's a full count here.
He's done a good job of being patient, not swinging at strikes or balls outside the strike zone.
Lanky lefty Max Steinlage is ready. Goes with the fastball, and now the Trojans. Runners at first and second. We talked about the 4 strikeouts for Steinlage, but he's also now thrown 4 walks. You see the batting order. Here's Mitch Sage. It's Waterloo East. After giving up that run, comes roaring back here. They have runners at first and second, nobody out. Sage, senior catcher, hitting .400. John, help me out. I'm watching the flag here. The wind's coming in from the northwest.
Yes.
Am I reading that correctly?
So it kept Holt's ball in the park.
It's a strike. Yeah, Drew Holt smashed that one. I thought for sure that was leaving. That hit about a third of the way down on the fence at around 355 feet from home plate. 1-1 count. That's a ball hit on the ground. Could it be 2? Picked up by the second baseman. They tag the runner. Goes
Good
to
play
first.
by
Double
Bauer.
play. Isaac Bauer. Well done.
It was intelligent there not to flip it to shortstop there. You get him, tag him, and then go to first. Just takes more time if you flip it to second.
So moving over to third base is Jackson Cooper on the double play hit by Mitch Sage. And here's Damaris Henderson.
Did a good job of being calm there, too. He knew he had time to get the guy at first, get that tag done.
Henderson fouls off the first pitch. Fouled out his first time up. That was a nice running catch by the third baseman, Jaden Kramer.
Yeah, Henderson's been aggressive at the plate, which I like to see. First at bat, took some cuts. He's ready to go right away. He's standing really close to the plate. It was.
Called strike. It's tough, you know, 8th grader coming up to play varsity ball.
He's had some big spots, too. He's got, 2 outs, guy in third, crosstown rival.
So Steinlage quickly 0-2. That ball's hit. Kramer fields it. And the throw, and they got the runner. So
Kramer did a good job of getting that ball into his glove using both hands. Good transition throw to first.
So Waterloo East had runners at first and second with nobody out, but Steinlage battles back, helped out by that double play. So no runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left to board, and now we go into the bottom of the 3rd. Let's take a look at the rankings from the Iowa High School Baseball Coaches Association. This is the 4A rankings. You see defending state champion Urbandale, #1, and the Western Dubuque, Iowa City West, and Prairie out of the Mississippi Valley Conference in the top 10. We'll be seeing Western Dubuque on Friday. Cedar Falls will be.
Can't remember the player's name, but I know they have a pretty big time recruit, baseball recruit playing for them.
Yeah, he's going to like one of the SEC schools.
Something like that,
yeah.
yeah.
Again, this with the preseason rankings.
Yeah, because I see Prairie's 0-2 now, so they'll probably be out of there. That's the thing with this condensed schedule. Depending on who you play, your record may not be great, but you could be a pretty good team.
Yeah, I mean, you could face a good team, and
you can start hot, you can start cold, you just never know.
The top pitchers might be resting or just had pitched, and you could take a tumble in the standings real quick. Now the Western Dubuque, Calvin Harris is who you were thinking about.
Yep.
He's the good pitcher. I would say Ole Miss. Am I right there? Or? Well, we'll figure it out here. The Mississippi Valley Conference released its guidelines for fans for its summer baseball and softball games. And you see, players and coaches. They're limiting attendance, so 3 family members for each player and coach this year.
I saw no concessions. I thought you'd be grilling hot dogs up here, Mark, or something.
Yeah. Tailgating out there.
Yeah,
you missed it. Need some brats going on. I'm sorry you're a little bit late, John.
Yeah, let me down.
Yeah, Calvin Harris is going to Ole Miss as we start the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jeremy Ott, our director, in my ear telling me that, saying, Mark, you are correct as always. And it's an honor to work with you. John, you didn't even touch that.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
I just told my mic's going to be shut off here. Oh. Pitch outside.
Bauer had good contact his first time up. Yep. Caught by the center fielder.
That's the top of the order here. Bauer, Flansha, Steinlage for Cedar Falls. Ball hit right by the Waterloo East dugout on the first base side. Bauer hit the ball right at the center fielder his first time up. Ian Lucas. I think the wind helped on that one as well. He
pulled it up a little bit, yep.
So it's full count now to Bauer, and the junior draws a walk. So both pitchers have kind of struggled with a little bit of control here. It's a second walk given up by the freshman Thomas. As Gage Flansha struck out looking his first time up.
He got froze by the curveball.
Throw to first. Thomas, man, he's a good move. Tigers got to be careful. I did pick off a runner, but it led to an out for Cedar Falls when Neese tried to come in from third to home when they had Bartlett picked off. Tigers again. We looked in the record books. Swinging a mitch by Flansha. Going back to the 2008 season, Cedar Falls has won 23 straight against Waterloo East. And a couple close games in that series, but for the most part, Cedar Falls has just dominated. They have won by some lopsided scores as well. 0-1 the count. Showing the bunt. Oh, they're going to call it balk on Thomas. Never came to a complete stop. And moving over second base, Isaac Bauer.
Be interesting if that fake bunt threw him off a little bit there.
Runner in scoring position. Tie game, 1-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Love this graphic. Keep track of all the pitches thrown.
He's probably got almost as many pickoff attempts.
I was just thinking, you know, that,
Those add up.
you know, that adds to the fatigue. Flancha with the heat, and that's a bunt this time fielded by Thomas, and second baseman covering first, and there's
Spooner there on the coverage at first.
yeah, one out. Meanwhile, Isaac Bauer is now at third base, so the sacrifice works well. And you could just tell Thomas making sure that ball went into his glove after committing an error last inning.
As a pitcher, you can help yourself out here driving a run.
So here comes Max Steinlage up to the plate. Steinlage walked his first time up. And was thrown out trying to steal. I guess actually it was Easton Skrull came in the run for him, was thrown out trying to steal second. One ball, one strike. Yeah, with the COVID-19 guidelines, that ball hits slowly. That could be trouble, and Henderson finally picks it up, and not in time to get the runner, and coming in to score is Isaac Bauer. Just, that hit was hit in no man's land between the third baseman, Henderson, and the shortstop Bowler. Not hit particularly hard, and none of them really had a good position. And
The grass really slowed it up too.
so that'll be an infield single and an RBI for Steinlage. Drives in his fourth run of the ball game.
Third baseman was also holding a runner on too, so it's, you know, hard to be aggressive from that spot.
So Easton Skrull coming in to run again for the pitcher Steinlage. There's Drew Hoth. Came very close to hitting a solo home run last time up. So the Tigers now 3 hits in the game. Hoth has the only extra base hit. So a walk, a balk, and now that infield single, and the Tigers on top 2-1. Thomas continues to keep those runners close to the bag.
This is a good sack bunt by Flancha too to get him over to third.
There's a good looking curveball. So 0-2 on Drew Hoth. Brett Williams, head coach for Cedar Falls in his first year, coaching down at third. Austin Marchesani coaching down at first base for Cedar Falls.
Isn't that Bolt?
You all right? I'm sorry. That is Parker Bolt. Austin Marchesani in the dugout, staying out of the sun.
Crowd control.
One ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, no rule this year. I was going to say no sunflower seeds.
Yep.
That's got to drive some people crazy.
Interesting with baseball is no MLB, no spitting.
I cannot see that working out. 2-2. Didn't miss by much to Drew Hoth. Tigers fell behind 1-0. Top of the first. Tied the game. Bottom of the second. Now have taken the lead. 2-1 here in the bottom of the third as Hoth just gets a piece of that.
Those close pitches, no matter where it is, no matter which side you're sitting on, somebody's not going to like it.
already ready to throw his 56th pitch of the game is Justin Thomas. Now you're limited to 110 if I recall. Getting back in time is Easton Skirl. Skirl, a senior. He's going to be a senior for the Tigers. Hoth swings and misses.
Good pitch there by Thomas. Nice curveball.
2 outs. 4 strikeouts in the game for Thomas.
You can see why Coach Jesse likes him. He just goes right after Hoth there, even after Hoth hit that rope to left center last time.
Here comes Zach Neese. He reached down an error by the pitcher. That's when he attempted that bunt. Thomas just did not come up with. Strike. Skirl running for Steinlage at first base. Tigers getting the RBI from Steinlage, lead 2-1. Low curveball, and Neese pops it up shallow center field. A trio of Trojans are there, but cannot locate it. Here comes Skirl rounding third, sliding in, and safely is the catcher. Sage unable to hang on to the ball. And that will turn out to be a base hit.
And you can see Coach Williams here is sending him the whole way. He likes being aggressive on the base paths. You can see it right there. Good turn. Great effort. Hustling all the way down.
You know, if he hangs on to that ball, it would have been interesting to see what the call would have been. There you see Skirl.
And you can't block the plate anymore.
So now it's 3-1, Cedar Falls. It's gonna be
Sometimes it's not how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it in baseball.
Yeah. That ball hit, sliding stop by Spooner, the second baseman. Nice play, and they throw out the runner at first place. Good play, Caleb Spooner. Throwing out Brody Bartlett. Close out the bottom of the third inning. Cedar Falls, though, gets a couple of runs, and they lead 3-1, heading into the top of the fourth inning. And we'll be back with more baseball right after this. Our broadcast being brought to you today by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find us online at withamauto.com.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Kias? Witham Kia in Waterloo has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Kia selection? Witham Kia has you covered. We are the Cedar Valley's largest Kia dealer, covering all your needs for sales, service, and parts. Our Kia prices have never been lower, and the savings have never been bigger. See for yourself at withamkia.com. So shop the dealer you can count on. Witham Kia in Waterloo.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Smith.
Cedar Falls with a pitching change as we go into the top of the fourth. So Steinlage goes 3 innings for Cedar Falls. And this will be coming into the Braden Smith. Smith Jr. Help me out, see if there's going to be other defensive changes here. Braden Smith, good look at him. Comes our second pitcher of the game. And John, maybe you can look around here. Does Steinlage, did he get repositioned here?
He usually plays right field, I think, when he's not. I see Woods out there still.
Okay.
Steinlage came out.
So 3 innings, 4 Ks. He did walk 4 as well, if I recall. Trying to add up everything here real quick. Yeah, 4 walks. And just 1 hit off him. So Steinlage replaced by Braden Smith. Smith kind of relies on that power pitching. Aiden Ernst leading things off. Ernst, senior left fielder, trying to find his first hit of the game and for the season. He's 0 for 1, struck out in the second. There's a ball popped up right to us, John.
Yeah, I should have caught that one, Mark.
Hit right.
Must this protect the equipment or protect you? What was the? Okay. Okay.
I'm told by
it's been
equipment.
Confirmed equipment.
Bunt attempt, and the count goes 1-1. Just went over the backstop here. So I'm glad I'm not the only coward. Everybody else was kind of moving out of the way there too.
I was reaching for
okay.
him, Mark.
1-2 the count to Ernst. Ernst, Albright, Lucas, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the batting order for Waterloo East. So Smith comes in, gets first out. It's a strikeout.
Elevated the fastball there. Too hot to handle there.
Now, Albright, the DH, drew a walk. First time up. Albright came into the game hitting .333. Called strike. It's interesting, you know, they've very early in the year, only the 3rd game, but Caleb Spooner is the only RBI of the season so far for Waterloo East. They scored 2 runs. Their season opening loss to Linmar, and then were shut out.
I like the pace that Smith's working here. Throw strikes, stay on top of it, work quickly. Ooh, close.
Smith has a 1-2 advantage here on Albright, the DH. Ball chopped right in front of the pitcher's mound. It's going to stay fair. Flancha fields it, throws it on his knees, and throws it away. Foul territory. And Albright. Ugly slide going into second, but he winds up there, and that'll be an error charged to the catcher, Gage Flancha. And throwing from his knees and through outside of the bag. Watch this slide. This is not what they teach you. Tom Amansky's baseball school, right there.
You got head first, feet first, and snowplow.
So it's now the 3rd error committed by Cedar Falls. So Albright will come out running for him. We're going to see Bryce Borseth.
Ball took kind of a weird hop on Flancher there. You never quite know how that ball's going to release on the grass there.
Borseth is a freshman running for Waterloo East. Ian Lucas, number 9 hitter. And pokes that one foul. Really reaching out on that. 0-1 the count. Cedar Falls trying to work their record of 3-0 on the season, while Waterloo East trying to come up with their first win. There's a bunt. Smith going to his left, has to go to his adjust his body and then kind of bobbled the ball, and they're safe around.
Well, this is one where I think if you got a chance to do it over again, he'd just barehand it eliminate that transfer from the glove. Just pick it up with your hand, throw it. He kind of bobbled it there.
So that will be an error. And now back-to-back errors put runners at first and third. One out, and here comes Caleb Spooner. Runner going. Blanche's throw. It's a good one, and they got the runner. And how about that? Waterloo East thought that might be just a gimme stolen base.
Coach Jesse is not happy at third base. Maybe he wanted him to hold up or something. Needed to be a better slide there as well. Great throw by Flancher, good tag by Racy.
Beautiful throw. So now there's 2 outs. And the runner at third. So Smith trying to work out of this jam with Caleb Spooner on the plate.
As a catcher, did a great job of throwing it to his spot. You know, don't throw it where the guy's at. Throw it where you're leading him to at second base.
Two balls, no strikes. So back-to-back errors, putting runners at first and third. But that big pickoff by Flancher, that really changes the momentum for Waterloo East. 2-1 count. There's a ball, chopper, that could be problems, and Racy cannot pick it up, and runner comes in to score.
It's interesting there. Racy is playing pretty high in the middle there. I don't know if there's a scouting there. They didn't think he was going to pull the ball, but there was a big gap at shortstop. He made a great effort to get there, but he was playing over the bag at second.
So Spooner comes through. The Spoon Man knocks it in, the RBI, and it's now a 3-2 ball game. So timely hit. And both RBIs this season for Waterloo East belong to Caleb Spooner. Thomas at the plate.
Coach Williams is adjusting the defensive lineman a little bit there.
Smith working out of the stretch here. Trying to keep this just a 1-run game. I was listening to Coach Jesse for the ball game before they did their stretches, and yeah, he's fired up. He was like, tonight's our night. Good scoop by third baseman Kramer, and a throw across the diamond in time for the out.
That's a tough one hop, but that's why you charge the ball. You make the play on the ball here. He did a great job of getting after it. Great throw.
Waterloo East, though, takes advantage of a couple of errors by Cedar Falls. They pick up 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors committed. And it's 3-2, Cedar Falls, a 1-run lead. And our broadcast is brought to you by Signs by Tomorrow, more than a custom sign company. We are your advertising solutions resource, signsbytomorrow.com. Big thank you, one of our newer sponsors for our broadcast of high school athletics here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Let's take a look at upcoming events here. We'll be doing that.
We'll be right back here Thursday.
Yeah. It's the Western Dubuque. We're going to have some softball coverage. The Tigers take on Prairie and Iowa City High. Look at that down the road here. High school volleyball and football.
Just warm right up there.
Yeah.
Coach Remmer, just ease into the season there.
Dowling Catholic.
Catholic.
I'm losing track. They've won 6 in a row, 7 in a row.
I think it's 7.
7?
I think it was 6 when they played us.
Okay.
I'm sure they lost a lot, though, and don't have anything coming back.
Feel sorry for that Poor program.
Yep.
Where do they find athletes? Bottom of the fourth. 3-2 is our count. Justin Thomas has gone the distance so far for Waterloo East. So for Cedar Falls, we'll have Connor Woods, Caleb Rasty, Colby Coonrat. The freshman Thomas is living up to what his coach described him as a competitor, and he has battled against this Cedar Falls team so far. Even though the Tigers have a 1-run lead. It just misses low. 1-1 the count. Woods swinging away and fouls it off. I commented the first game that I thought we might see with the COVID-19 protocols more stoppage of plays, maybe sanitized balls or bats. But we have not seen any of that so far. So it's just,
I think it's more the responsibility of the team with their own baseballs, their own bats, their own helmets.
It just seems like a regular baseball game, and I thought that we might have a lot more delays in the contest because of that. Count goes 2-2 here to Woods, leading things off. Connor struck out, leading things off in or back in the second inning, I should say. He's 0 for 1, still looking for his first hit of the year.
It's a good time for one right here.
Full count. Thomas has walked 4 so far. Gets another strikeout. So now Rasty up to the plate. Five strikeouts in the game here for Justin Thomas. Rasty reached down a walk, stole second, was left there in the second inning. Called strike. You're gonna name Caleb Rasty. You're just gonna be called Rasty.
Yep.
You know, that's
exactly.
just one of those
it
names.
Sticks. It sticks. Yep.
That last name is just, you're gonna just be called that all the time.
Yeah, I'm starting to have a younger sibling in the halls now at Pete, and guess what I call him?
Rasty.
Rasty.
It's just one of those last names that sticks on you. But people are going to call you by that. Whoa, 3 pitches.
That was a great pitch, though. Big cut by Caleb. Wasn't gonna take the pitch, but there's a great pitch, great movement.
Struck out 3 of the last 4 batters he's faced, and number 9 hitter Colby Coonrat coming up to the plate. He hits that one high into the air. Should be caught. Center fielder Ian Lucas underneath it. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning.
The wind's gonna hold it up. 4th. That's what you want to do as a pitcher there. Your team gets you a run, go out there and shut it down and get back in the dugout.
Tigers, no runs, no hits. Nobody left aboard, and we'll move now to the top of the 5th. It's 3-2 Cedar Falls. We'll be back after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
There is only one place that has all of the highlights, all of the interviews, and all the great behind-the-scenes footage. Don't miss out on the high-flying action as we break it down on Panther Sports Talk. Tune in each week as Panther Sports Talk covers everything related to University of Northern Iowa athletics. Catch Panther Sports Talk on Channel 15, Cedar Falls Community Television.
Top of the fifth, 3-2. They be part of the 21st annual Pat Mitchell Memorial Golf Outing in support of Cedar Falls student athletes. It's hosted by the Cedar Falls Tiger Booster Club. Now the date will now be Thursday, July 30th. The event is at the Pheasant Ridge Golf Course. There'll be 2 shotgun starts at 8 a.m. and 1:30 in the afternoon. You can order tickets at cfschools.org. Got your team yet?
I don't have a team in that. You get a golfer, Mark? You can help the squad?
Horrible. I am horrible. I have not golfed in a couple years. Clubs are sitting collecting dust in the basement.
You'll just be supporting the Booster Club then.
It's a big money raiser for and helps out the Booster Club, so make sure to attend. So Braden Smith facing Jackson Cooper for Waterloo East. Braden Smith with the heat. That ball hit hard, but center fielder Neese, coming in, and then the ball sails over his head and rolls to the fence. And it's Cooper winding up at second base with a double. Zach Neese, I thought he had the beat on it.
It's hard on the line drives. You always want to take a couple steps back first, locate the ball, but that was just a well-hit ball there by Cooper.
So the tying run, just like that. Second base.
See, 3 for 3, or did he have an error on one of his first ones there? He's been on base every time.
Yeah, he got a board on an error in the first. And there's a chopper, could be trouble. Second baseman Bauer fields it and throws wide and pulls Hoth off the bag. Staying at second base is Cooper. And Bowler getting a board on the error. So, boy, Cedar Falls is now committed 5 errors in the game.
This has definitely been the part of the lineup that's done the most damage for East. Obviously, the middle of the lineup with Cooper and Bauer and Sage, but or Baller, sorry.
Here's Sage up to the plate. Sage looked like he was going to show the bunt here. The ball outside.
Yeah, that's probably a smart play. Get guys in the second and third with 1 out if you can, and make the people field the ball.
Now he shows the bunt. Ball inside, strike. 1-1 the count. So Cooper at second, Bowler at first. Waterloo East trailing 3-2, but might have put the rally caps on early here in this top of the fifth. Bunt popped up in the air. Flancha cannot chase it down. This goes to the backstop, and count goes 1-2.
It's one thing about the middle of the lineup. They're not necessarily used to bunting a lot to move guys over. They're kind of to drive the guys in. But he shouldn't be bunting here with 2 strikes.
That hit, by the way, for Waterloo East, that was their 3rd of the ball game unofficially. Smith trying to get a big out here with the 1-2 count. Got him looking.
Big pitch there.
So, second strikeout of the game here for Smith in relief. Steinlage started the game. And now up to the plate, we're going to see the
Henderson.
8th grader.
He's been in a lot of big spots tonight.
Yeah, hasn't he?
I do like how aggressive he's been today. He's gotten his cuts up there. For an 8th grader, that's impressive.
0 for 2. Smith goes with the heat. Oh,
see, he's not holding back.
Top of that one, but way out front and fouls it off.
Pretty gutsy, pretty brave for an 8th grader. Step up there, game's kind of in the balance here, and take your cuts. That's probably why he's there.
Some pretty good bat speed there, but way out in front. 0-1 the count. Let's see an off-speed pitch, perhaps. No. 1-1 the count. Damaris coming into the game hitting 200. Fouled out in the first, grounded out to the third baseman in the third. Tying run at second base for Waterloo East. There's a ball hit hard, but right past
Coach Jesse.
Yeah, Coach Eric Jesse.
Younger days probably would have had that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Way out in front. Be interested to see if we throw him with something off speed here.
Cooper at second. Baller at first. Big at bat here. Count goes 2 and 2s. Henderson holds it back. And Smith can't get Henderson to chase it, so it's a full count now. Aiden Ernst waiting on deck for Waterloo East. There's a chopper. Third baseman Kramer fields it, and he'll tag the runner, come into third. So the fielder's choice hit by Henderson. 2 outs now. So Bowler at second and Henderson at first. Here's Aiden Ernst. He's 0 for 2 and he struck out both times.
Smart play by Kramer here, though. He could have thrown it across the diamond, but then you got two guys in scoring position instead of one. Just get the out there. Play it safe.
Ernst, senior left fielder. And he goes after the first pitch, pops it up, foul territory. Third baseman Kramer has opportunity in front of the dugout of Cedar Falls and makes the grab for the final out.
Kramer's made a lot of really good defensive plays today.
So Aiden Ernst fouls out, and Braden Smith works out of a tough jam.
Smith says no problem.
So Waterloo East, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error committed by Cedar Falls. 2 men left aboard. Cedar Falls still holding on to a 3-2 lead heading into the bottom of the 5th. So let's take a look at what else is going on tonight in the Mississippi Valley Conference. See Waterloo West playing at Linmar. And you mentioned Prairie looking for their first win at Wash. Meanwhile, Western Dubuque hosting the Rams at Dubuque Senior. Western Dubuque, the highest ranked team among the MVC schools in that baseball rankings, that preseason rankings that we showed you. I'd like to see the Iowa City Liberty baseball uniforms. I thought they had pretty sharp basketball uniforms. Yep. So it's a busy night. Those are all double headers.
That was a quick inning for the most part there. Both pitchers kind of got through those 2 halves pretty quickly.
So, all right. Bottom 5 coming up, top of the order. Isaac Bauer, Gage Flanshaw, Max. They had Steenlage. Now, will he be batting here? That's the question. Steenlage was the pitcher. I'll have to take a look here. Will it be Braden Smith, or will we see maybe a pinch hitter? As Bauer watches the first pitch, a ball. Bauer reached in a walk in the last time up in the 3rd, later came in to score. Shows the bunt, pulls the bat away, and it's a 2-0 count. Thomas had a 1-2-3 inning last inning. That's a 3-0 count. Cedar Falls fell behind 1-0 after 1 inning, tied it in the 2nd. Took a 3-1 lead with 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. East scoring a run in the top of the 4th. That's where we stand now in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 3-1 count here to Isaac Bauer. No called strike. He was ready to go to 2nd. He flipped the bat. So anything close, he better swing.
Yeah.
Pitchers, umpires don't like to be showed up a little bit like that. Full count. He swings. The right field line, fair ball. At least a single. Taking a huge lead Bauer with the great quickness and comes up with the 5th hit of the game for the Cedar Falls Tigers with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's a well-placed hit.
It's a nice aggressive turn there. You can see the throw. It's a good throw. Headed back to first.
So it looks like Braden Smith will
Let him
be
hit. Yep.
batting the 3rd spot.
I think in the first game you guys did late in the game, Smith pinch hit for somebody.
That was our game against Waterloo West for the Tigers won 8-7. 5th.
Nice
That
rip.
ball's hit well, left field line. That's a base hit. Bauer holds up at second. Back-to-back strong hits by the Tigers. Flancha.
This is their 3rd time through the lineup. Maybe they're starting to get some of the timing down and recognize some of the pitches here. The only one that hasn't seen him right now is Smith.
Flancha comes out, catcher, and coming in to run for him. I'm stretching my neck here. Is that 19?
Yes.
I don't have right now. We'll try to find that.
I have it as Blake Smith.
Blake
Jr.
Smith, thank you. So Blake Smith.
If that's wrong, I blame Quick Stats.
Never wrong. It's the Bible of sports. So Bauer at second, Smith running for Flanch at first. Here comes Braden Smith. How's Braden done at the plate so far this year?
I think he got a walk in his one at bat. He's not. He's not registered as an at bat yet.
Okay. Cedar Falls leading by 1, looking for an insurance run. Smith at the plate. Thomas delivers. Gets ahead of Braden Smith.
It's a big cut there.
Oh, throw, and they got the runner. Bartlett and Bauer in trouble. And the run down. And Waterloo East finally able to tag out Isaac Bauer. Well executed by the Trojans as
Coach Williams going to be frustrated there because you could hear him yelling behind you, the shortstop. They have had good pickoff moves today for sure.
So that goes 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, or 1. And well done by Waterloo East. That's
it's a game of pickle right there.
Yeah. So now there's 1 out. Runner at second with now Blake Smith taking second, and they picked off the runner. And pitch missing outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tigers, long winning streak against Waterloo East. We go back to 2008. They have won 23 in a row, but hanging on to a 1-run lead right now. Curveball missing outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mark Simpson along with John Yoakum here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Glad he could join us. First game of this doubleheader between the Tigers and the Trojans. That ball's hit well to right field. Taking a step back is Hewitt, battling the wind and makes the grab, and there's 2 down. Runner stays at second.
Talked about something that's not how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it. I mean, Smith hit that on a rope. But because it was at the right fielder, it turns into an out. It's about 10, 15 feet either direction. That's a hit.
So 2 outs, and here's Drew Hoth. Hoth A long double and scored in the second, struck out in the third. Thomas. Just got to like his tenacity out there, don't you?
I like how he's mixing it up, too. You know, he's not always starting off with a fastball, sometimes he'll bring the curve first and try to keep Holt off balance here.
Does not seem to be shy of the big moment here. That's down in the dirt. 1-1. Tigers lead 3-2, but they've committed 5 errors in the game and had a couple of base running mistakes.
I think Thomas wants to be real careful here.
On deck is Zach Neese. Fastball and Hoth. Big cut.
I love how hard he swings.
2-2. And the season opener, he drew 4 walks. We
It's
maybe
tough
saw
in a big strike zone like that.
Yeah. Maybe saw one of those big swings. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
His best pitch against Holt's been the off speed.
2 outs, a runner at second. The heat, that ball fouled off, and will continue to stay here at the 2-2 count. Tigers again trying to go to 3-0 on the year. Waterloo East trying to pick up their first win. More importantly, get the monkey off their back and get that victory over Cedar Falls, who has dominated this series. Full count now.
He's gone fastball inside and breaking ball away. Those have been his two strategies against Holt here.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Up high, and Hoth draws the walk. So the Tigers have runners at first and second. 2 outs, and here's Zach Neese. Junior drove in a run in the third with a little infield hit that brought in the run.
Cole Frolin's running there for Hoth first.
So Froling. He's at first. Smith. That's running for Blake Smith. Thank you, Blake Smith. I was going to say Braden, but I knew that wasn't right. Blake Smith running for Gage Flancha at second. So here's Neese. Tigers, a couple hard hit singles to begin the inning. Again, that big pickoff at Bauer at second base.
We've had a couple of those too, where Neese got thrown out at home because we had the run down at first, second. There'll be some coachable moments from this game for Coach Williams there on the base paths.
2 balls, no strikes. Oh, now look at this, 3-0. So he's 1 pitch away from loading him up. DH Brody Bartlett waiting on deck. So Neese, I'm sure, will be taking this with the 3-0 count.
High.
Oh, it's ball 4. So is Thomas starting to wear down here?
Thomas is telling his coach, stay in the dugout, let me pitch this out. He's giving him the 2 hands, just stay there.
And it kind of rolls his eyes as Coach Jesse walks out there. And with the bases loaded, we're going to see a change here. I think we might.
Tough spot to walk into here.
Yep, it looks
like Spooner's going to pitch.
So we're going to let's take a break here. Caleb Spooner will be your new pitcher. Good performance by Justin Thomas. For the The bases are loaded when we return for Cedar Falls. We'll be back right after this. This is Tiger Baseball on Cedar Falls Community Television.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep pedaling.
Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
So the Red Baron, Caleb Spooner, throwing for Waterloo East now. So the Tigers started off the inning.
Bauer with the shot down the line.
To right, and then Flancha going the other way, to left. So, you know, Spooner goes from second to pitch, and we're trying to read the numbers. Who's at the new second baseman here for Waterloo East? We'll get a chance to talk to the umpires for the ball game to help us out here. We've got a camera shot on that second baseman for Waterloo East, so we can read the number.
Single digit.
I think that might be
It's either 3 or 4, either Peters or Bentley.
Okay. Up to the plate here. This is Bartlett. Bases loaded for Cedar Falls. Ball 1. Bartlett, DH. Got a board on an error in the second, and grounded out to the second baseman in the third. It's a tough position here for
both guys.
Yep. And Spooner in particular. The base is loaded coming in. Gets his called strike. 2-1. Spooner, just a sophomore. Bartlett, a junior. Oh, jammed him.
As they handcuffed him a little bit there.
Evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That ball hit, and that will get through for a base hit. Blake Smith scores from third. And Froling comes in from second. And Cedar Falls tacks on 2 more as Brody Bartlett comes through with a big base hit.
Great job driving it right back up the middle. He did a great job of seeing that was a curve ball, stayed right with it, right up the middle.
Good base running is Zach Neese. Moving on the pitch, winds up at the third base.
Let's have Woods that on here.
7 hits unofficially for Cedar Falls in the game. Their third single of this inning. Check swing, he went around, yep. 0-1. Woods 0 for 2. Struck out both at bats in the second and in the fourth. Swinging late. 0-2. Woods playing right field for the Tigers. Cedar Falls, couple big insurance runs by Brody Bartlett with that 2-out, 2-run single. 5-2 Cedar Falls here, the bottom of the 5th inning. Slow curveball. And Connor Woods, nothing he can do there, frozen. That will close out the 5th, but a good inning for the Tigers. 2 runs, 3 hits.
Clutch hit there by Bartlett.
And they'll leave 2 men on. So 5-2 after 5 innings of play. This is Cedar Falls Tiger Baseball on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Fords? Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Ford selection? Witham Ford has you covered. Our 3 locations means we're the Cedar Valley's largest Ford dealer, covering all of your Ford needs for sales, service, and parts. So shop the Ford dealer you can count on. Shop Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Our broadcast is brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find us online at withamauto.com. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Mark Simpson with John Yoakum. Braden Smith coming in relief of Max Steinlage with the first 3 innings. This will be the 3rd inning for Smith. He'll face Dakota Albright, Ian Lucas, and Caleb Spooner here in the 6th inning. Albright.
Bleacher creatures, Mark.
There we go. Look at that. As they line up the cars in the outfield to watch the game here. Because you're limited to the fan attendance, right? So that's why they're watching.
Exactly. You can't limit outside the fence.
12th Street here was just packed for that season opener. I mean, there was a ton of vehicles. That ball hit hard. Center fielder Neese coming in, and did he make the catch there?
No,
Oh, that
one hop.
One hopper.
He's kind of debating on whether to slide forward or go for it and just keep it in front. He figured with a 3-run lead, probably just more important to keep it in front.
6 hits in the game for Waterloo East, and that is the first hit of the game for Dakota Albright, who's gotten aboard all 3 times in this game. Walk and error, now the base hit. Here's Ian Lucas. Lucas 0 for 2 in the game. Shows a bunt, nicely done, third base side, trouble. Kramer picks it up, but wisely just holds on to it. And runners at first and second. That'll be a bunt single for Ian Lucas.
The textbook bunt here.
Watch that.
It's right down the line. Kills it about 10, 15 feet down the line. No chance for Kramer. Smart job of just holding on to the ball.
Yeah, often you see the
person make
third
a wild
baseman,
throw.
Yep, just try to create a throw that usually winds up past the first baseman, and then you have runners at second and third, or maybe a run comes in, or runner at third. So first and second, no outs, and there's a high chopper past head coach Eric Jesse, coaching down at third. He's kind of disappeared under the shadows there by the dugout on the third base side where Cedar Falls is located. Top of the order, here comes Spooner, who's now the pitcher. So Braden Smith trying to work out of another jam. Flancha, the good stop.
Interesting to see if Cedar Falls got to be warming up right now in case he gets into more of a jam.
Don't see any activity in the bullpen, the Tiger dugout. There's a hit. This could be two possibly. Race D to second for one, to first, not in time.
It's okay, just get outs.
So
take each one you can get.
Albright be a third. They get Lucas on the fielder's choice. So runners at first and third, one out now.
Ball wasn't quite hit hard enough to turn two there.
And let's see here. This will be Justin Thomas. That pitch misses outside. I'm not sure where is Thomas, what position he's playing it. He's at third now, thank you. That ball's hit and right over the second base bag, and a run comes in to score. That's going to be an RBI for Justin Thomas. And now it's 5-3, and Waterloo East has the tying run at first base.
Pretty classic hit and run there. Get the defenders moving for the steal. It makes it easier to place the ball into the field. Coach Marchesani is going out to talk to him here a little bit.
Austin Marchesani talking with Braden Smith. Are they just killing time here, or is he? All right. I thought they might have just been taking their time. Get a new person into the pitcher in the game. Let them a few more warm-up pitches, because that did not look like a very intense meeting on the mound there. They're both laughing and smiling there. Here comes Jackson Cooper up to the plate.
Yeah, the only guy not in the field there now that might be warming up is Ben Bowman for pitching. A lot of times Nice will bring him in as well, but he starts a lot of the games. Good curveball there. It's close.
A lot of movement up high.
This is the dangerous part of their lineup too. Jackson Cooper's been hot all day.
He's a double, single, got a board on an error. He's batting third. And it's now 5-3. Golfs that one out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we have Spooner at second, Thomas at first. Tigers got that big hit, the 2 runs knocked in by Bartlett, the bottom of the 5th inning. Oh, again, a lot of movement. There's a
tough pitch there. Can't do much with that as a hitter. He starts it at your waist and then it drops into the strike zone.
Oh, that was the best pitch of the game for Braden Smith. That was nasty. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Cooper holds off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sander Baller on deck. 5-3. Both teams now 7 hits in the game. Unofficially. That ball's hit loft in the shallow left field, coming in. Short. Oh, no, actually it's the shortstop. Caleb Rasty backpedaling, makes a running catch in front of Colby Coonrat.
Did a great job of keeping his eye on the ball as he's running back.
Over
he's got long arms too, he's tall. Great catch. That's a tough play. Typically you want the left fielder to maybe try to call that off, but if you're not sure, great play by the shortstop.
Here comes Baller. And the tying run right now is at first base. That ball's hit over the head of the second baseman into right field. They're going to wave home the runner. This is Spooner, and he will slide in safely. And it's Baller with the RBI on a base hit to right.
I was just going to say, I wasn't expecting East to be real aggressive on the base paths with Cooper and Baller coming up to bat. Let those guys take their cuts. That's just what they did.
Now 5-4. And now the tying run is at second base and Thomas, and here comes Mitch Sage. Sage got a board on the interference call in the first. Grounded out to the second baseman in the third, struck out looking in the 5th.
Good pitch there.
Is it me, or is he just relying a little bit more on that curve here in this 6th inning?
He's a little more comfortable with it. If you don't have a lot of movement on the fastball, you got to go with some of those off-speed pitches.
0-1 count. There's a ball hit. Kramer knocks it down. Throws to first and able to get the runner.
What an arm.
Ah.
Way to stay with it, Kramer.
Sage not the fastest, and Tigers got a break there.
That was a bad hop. Spins around, throws a rope.
And Tigers get out of the inning. Waterloo East, though, comes roaring back with 2 runs in the top of the 6th. But it's a 5-4 heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. Entertaining game here between the Tigers and the Trojans. So the Waterloo East, let's see, they got the 2 runs and the 3 hits. And they leave a couple men on. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here for Cedar Falls. Look at this. Kramer has been tough at third base defensively tonight. Making that sliding catch. Here's the hit that I thought was gone. That hits the bottom of the fence. Winds up a double for the big man, Drew Hoth. So, base hit for Cedar Falls, and that drove in the run by Brody Bartlett. Bartlett, that was his first RBI of the game. The Tigers getting the double play there. Nicely done by Isaac Bauer. And there's the kind of that seeing eye single by Steinlage. That made the score at the time 3-1.
Neese dropped that one in.
Yep, this is the last inning. And that hit by Zach Neese. And coming into score with the Tigers. And there's a Bartlett single. Brought in 2. Smith and Froling scoring the courtesy runners for the Tigers. 5-4. So, Tigers again, John, looking for insurance runs.
Anything extra would be huge here. Ooh.
So Justin Thomas was pitching now. He's at third base. Still not sure who the second.
Racy just missed here. Whoop. That's where you think thin there, Mark.
Two and 0 the count. Thank God for erasers. I am making mistakes here. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing. John just sits here drinking his Mountain Dew.
There you go.
Doing all the paperwork here.
Take a leadoff walk here.
That's a walk. Now to the plate. Colby Coonrad as Caleb Rasty drawing the walk.
4-pitch walk there for Rasty.
Coonrad 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out in the second, flew out to center field in the 4th.
Spooner doesn't have the pop thrown over to the bags the way that Thomas did earlier in the game.
At first slide, getting back. Caleb Rasty. One-run lead for Cedar Falls, bottom of the 6th. First game is doubleheader. And there's a nice bunt. Third baseman Justin Thomas shows off that gun. Gets the out. Sacrifice works though, so the runner moves over to second. And Colby Coonrad doing his job.
That was a great position on that bunt. It just took a great play. And this is where we talked about earlier about not bringing it to your glove. Go right to your bare hand. Colby almost beat that out.
Here comes Isaac Bauer batting for the 4th time in this game.
He's made good contact today.
Bauer's 1 for 2. He scored a run. base hit last time up. That was that
He
solid
had that nice
hit
rip
to
down
right.
the line after he thought he had been walked. And he said, "You better swing at this one."
He flipped the bat over. The on deck circle. The umpire said that was a strike. Oh, ball bounces out of the glove of Sage. Sage. Steady ball player for Waterloo East. Good in the classroom. He was all academic Mississippi Valley Conference last year as a junior. 2-0 count. Rasty safe lead at second base. Spooner's pitch.
There you go.
Off the pitcher's mound into center field. They're going to wave home Rasty, and he'll score standing. And the Tigers get that much-needed insurance run. There's Isaac Bauer delivering again.
Great contact right up the middle. Gracie was hustling the whole way. It's a big run.
So now it's Cedar Falls up 6-4. Here's Gage Flancha, the catcher, coming up. Flancha on the day, he is 1 out of 2. Throw back to first. Getting back is Isaac Bauer. So Spooner. Good heat there. That's called strike. Last year, again, it was just a nightmare year for Waterloo East. 1-39, but if you're Coach Eric Jesse, he won 2 games. He already doubled how many victories he got last year.
They've definitely played hard here.
Yeah,
I've been impressed with the way they've played today.
Obviously, you look at their score. They lose to Linmar in the season opener 8-2, and then they lose to Kennedy 5-0. Much more competitive than they were last year. Ball hit. Thomas knocks it down, but can't field it. And they're going to be safe around. Baller, the shortstop, tried to get the runner, but no chance as Flancha. Yeah, I'm going to call that a single. That's going to be a base hit here for Gage Flancha. That was pretty hard hit. That would have been a... So runners at first and second.
Steinlage's back into bat.
So Steinlage batting 800 coming into.
Hey, you might want to get him up to the plate.
Yeah. The lefty. He drew a walk. It's the only at bat I have here. No. Excuse me. He also had that RBI single as well. A little infield hit in the third. First pitch is a ball. Foul back. Runners at first and second. 1 run already in for Cedar Falls as they lead 6-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hard-fought game between these Metro rivals. Waterloo East last Friday announcing they hired 3 new coaches. Chris Timms, the new wrestling coach. Coach Brett Carmichael, the new boys basketball coach, and former Cedar Falls Tiger Regis Baskerville is the new football coach. Regis, all-conference football player under Pat Mitchell. Was coached by Brad Remmer as he was a linebacker. 3-1 the count here to Steinlage. He'll draw the walk. So good luck to the new coaches at Waterloo East. Bases loaded, only 1 out, and here comes the big man, Drew Hoth. And Eric Jesse coming out. Will we get another pitching change for East? Waterloo East head coach Eric Jesse talking to his team. I think this is more John defensively, what to do here in this situation. And Coach Jesse prepped at Port City, played sports at Union, and then coached at Union LaPorte City, junior high, young, and freshman and sophomore level. Now look at that. First baseman Jackson Cooper. I want the birth certificate. Look at that beard.
Yeah, exactly.
I am jealous. Drew Hoth up to the plate. Last year we saw him hit a grand slam on Cedar Falls Community Television. Came close to hitting a home run earlier in this game. That ball hit well. Right center. And again, it's another long hit off the bottom of the fence. 1 run in, 2 runs in. And Drew Hoth, his second long double of the game. Goes after the first pitch. That breaks open this ball game. It's now 8-4 Cedar Falls.
That's a tough thing when you get the bases loaded. You got to bring it to him. He was ready.
Steinlage winds up at third. Watch the base running by the.
They just want to make sure that they get at least 1 run and get a guy to third.
2 runs able to come in there. They were now up to the plate, and Zach Neese flies out shallow left field. They make the catch. Not deep enough, and Steinlage stays at third. So Neese flies out. So there's actually the shortstop making the catch there. And there's now 2 outs, and here comes Brody Bartlett. Bartlett's driven in 3 runs today in the DH role. Well, the way Waterloo East keeps coming back, Brett Williams, the head coach of Cedar Falls, you're hoping, hey guys, let's score a few more runs here.
Exactly. It's like how many runs you need. The answer is more.
Ball hitting the right field, and he can't get it. Kiewit.
Hoth's going to be churning around third here.
There's Drew Hoth rounding
no problem.
third, and the big man comes in standing.
His teammates love it.
Winding up at third is Bartlett. Boy, that sun is always tough at this time of the day, so I feel sorry for Brock Kiewit.
That kind of speed, he's going to be asking Coach Williams to steal next time he gets on base.
So that will be a hit for Bartlett.
Yeah, Bartlett's been really good at the plate today.
That'll be
a lot of key hits.
Winds up being a triple. Wow, he's 5 runs batted in here now.
The catcher was not going to block the plate on that one.
Well, Tigers erupting here. 5 runs in this 6th inning. They have broken open this game. 10-4. Again, we've had these white puffy clouds throughout most of the game, and then the sun right on cue for the Tigers opens up, and Kiewit just kind of lost it looked like. That will wind up as a triple.
The ball tails down to the right, too, off a right-handed bat. Makes it hard to play.
Connor Woods. Frustrating. 0 for 3 so far today. 3 strikeouts.
It's a lot easier to catch fly balls when they're pulled. So if it was a lefty, it'd be a lot easier to catch it for a right fielder than a right-hander tailing it.
3-0, and he'll draw the walk. So the Tigers will bat around here. So coming up to the plate will be Caleb Rasty, who started the inning.
Or just Rasty.
And Caleb Spooner laboring to get that final out here in the 6th. So it was 5-4 going into this inning. The Tigers getting an RBI from Bauer, 2 more from Drew Hoth, and then 2 more from Brady Bartlett, who's driven in 5 today. Here comes The shortstop for the Tigers, Caleb Rasty. Ball inside, that caught him. Hit by a pitch.
They threw behind Rasty last time. They got him this time.
So bases are loaded again for Cedar Falls. Bartlett remains at third. Woods now moves over to second. Rasty getting aboard the hard ways at first base. Now, here's senior left fielder Colby Coonrad up to the plate. Coonrad coming into the game, hitting .429 in the ninth spot. It's pretty a luxury for Coach Brett Williams.
Like 2 leadoffs.
Coonrad, though, 0 for 3 in this game.
Just means he's due, Mark.
Well, he struck out in the second, flew out to center field in the fourth, and then grounded out to the third baseman in the sixth earlier in this inning.
Nice.
That ball hit. Left fielder coming in, though, and that's Ernst making the grab for the out. And the good
Colby
catch.
hasn't had a lot of luck today.
Aiden Ernst makes a sliding catch to rob Coonrad of a potential hit. But the Tigers robbed 5 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Big 10-4 lead heading into the top of the 7th. And the Tigers with a 6-run cushion. And we'll be back with more Tiger baseball after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham way. That means stocking a wide selection of the area's top-selling pre-owned vehicles that fit any budget. From low-mileage cars to one-owner cars to local trades, we carry the vehicles you want. That's the Witham way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
$10-4 is our score, and another member of our sponsors for today's game includes Signs by Tomorrow. More than a custom sign company, we are your advertising solutions resource. SignsByTomorrow.com. Bouncing Ben Bowman now on the mound for Cedar Falls. That unusual delivery, that little hop. Watch this, that little hop right before he delivers the pitch. The Waterloo East has their work cut out as they trail 10-4. But the Tigers seem to have put the game away with that 5-run 6th inning. Now Damaris Henderson, the 8th grader, batting. Damaris 0 for 3 in the game. Hit into a fielder's choice last time up. There's a ball hit. Kramer, like he's been all day, flawless at
Steady.
third. The Tigers can get that type of effort at third base the rest of the season from
He's had great
Kramer.
hands.
They're gonna
He's
be-
had great hands
Yep.
because he hasn't had the easiest bounces in the world, but he's made some nice plays.
He's just playing with a lot of confidence right now. Here's Aiden Ernst, now the left fielder.
That's the thing. You make a couple of good plays early in the game, and you just play with a lot of confidence the rest of the way out.
Aiden, the senior, 0 for 3 at the plate. And Bowman gets ahead.
It's another
Nothing in
huge
2.
benefit of that 5-run bottom of the 6th. You can just go right after these hitters.
Just challenge him.
Yep. It's a good pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ben kind of turned out to be the one of the closers for Cedar Falls last year. late inning guy.
Good pitch.
Strikes out Ernst. And Waterloo East down to their last out. Here comes Dakota Albright. Albright has gotten aboard all 3 times today. He scored a couple of the 4 runs for Waterloo East. Called strike.
I like it, working fast and just peppering the strike zone.
Tigers just 2 pitches away from going to 3-0.
Threw so hard his hat came off.
Nothing in 2.
Yeah, smile about it.
Ben Bowman trying to wrap this up for CF with the looking for the big K here. 0-2 offering. Low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waterloo East feisty in this game. A couple times they got within 1 run, but it was the Tigers able to respond each time. That ball's hit hard right at
nice
the
catch.
second baseman. Isaac Bauer makes a good running catch to close out the game. Bauer drifting to his right. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Ben Bowman and the Cedar Falls Tigers. That's a great way to end the contest on the snare by second baseman Isaac Bauer. So the Tigers 3-0 and good effort, John, by Cedar Falls getting the timely hits, in particular in the late innings when Waterloo East got close a couple times.
They did a really nice job of adding on those extra runs to make the pitchers feel comfortable at the end of the game.
The Tigers, shaky at first defensively, looked a lot better the last few innings and came up with some big plays in the clutch as they come away, and it's a big effort for the DH tonight as Brody Bartlett drives in 5 of the Tigers' 10. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Another wonderful job by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew. For the coach, John Yoakum, I'm Mark Simpson, and you've been watching Tiger Baseball on Cedar Falls Community Television.